just like the class I taught on Wednesday, this class is very, very similar to how I run daily training in my gym. It is not a one-on-one, okay, because it's a 1 hour class about one topic, and while in the gym we will go with that one topic for weeks sometimes, right? So if the class is 1 hour, for example, half of the class will be about that topic, and the other half will be positional sparring, starting from different more common positions. So yes, I will expose you to more games than what you would normally be exposed in one class, okay? And I will also try to keep the time that I let you play the games a bit shorter, so that we can cover a bit more ground. And the one thing that I need you to do is everything is live with 100% resistance. Okay, it's not, there's nothing to chill. It's everything is live with 100% resistance. Everything you are doing it like your life depends on it. See? Did you also at dinner, guys? So for the first game, and this is a game this is a game that we play very often from almost every guard. I need Anuke and Atori. I need 2 people here. The guy is filming. I need 2 people here. The faster I get people here, the quicker we go into the game. So we start from butterfly guard, go closer, perfect. You're a bit too close, stay a bit more far. Okay, so every guard needs, in an ideal state, 4 points of connection. 1, 2, make connection with your hands, wherever you want. Stop. Make connection with your hands. Might be that your gripping is air wrist, might be elbow and neck. You might connect your hands behind there. If you're playing with the gi, you might grab the gi. Doesn't matter. But wherever your hands are, you will try to maintain all the time 4 points of connection. Okay? Until you might lose one with 3 points of connection, we can still talk about the guard. When you start to have only 2 points of connection, that starts to be the illusion of a guard. Okay? So your job is to keep 4 points of connection all the time. Your job is to break them all and stand up. Be completely free, and then run home as fast as possible. Okay? You ready? Go. That was way too easy. Switch. Stay connected. Hey, if you let him go, your cat at home dies.
Good thing has 9 lives.
Hey, go. Hold, nice. She eventually still slipped out. So, this is the game. It's that easy. Okay. Bottom player, keep connection as long as possible. Top player, get out of there. Every time the situation is over, switch top to bottom and start again. Okay. This will happen very often. That because you are holding connection, eventually you fall. You cannot. When it falls, you still need to hold connections. Because imagine you are competing, or you're fighting, competing, whatever, right? And you hit a sweep, but you break connection with the sweep. Now you go up, but the guy is up too. You see, you mess up what comes after the action. And it's really important that you always look at every action, not in isolation. You have to see also what happens after something, okay? It's a more strategical thinking. Okay, guys, I give you 3 minutes, grab a partner. Every time that the situation is broken, switch top to bottom. Go.
Du bist ja raus, ne? Ja, genau. Einfach weg.
Starting regretting to have had dinner right before class? Yes? 2 volunteers.
I'm on top. I had to know.
Yeah, you're sizing.
We're still playing butterfly. Okay. Butterfly. Thank you.
Come on.
So, same, okay? Now, Aaron wins if he breaks every connection and he goes, okay? So in that case, your job is don't let him go. Stay connected all the time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you have to switch your feet. Doesn't matter where you're going to put your hands. Stay connected all the time.
Sure.
But now Aaron wins also if he can go chest to chest.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, when I say chest
Ready
to chest,
for a bump?
guys, sorry, I'm not talking about guard passing. Okay, I'm just saying chest to chest. So, if for example you manage to completely close the distance and go there, that's chest to chest. That's a win for Aaron. Okay. So your job is don't let him go away. Never accept that you get a chest to chest connection.
I will not go away.
Go. Right? So now Aaron has a choice. He can try to go chest to chest, and it doesn't matter if there is still a guard or not. That's not the point for now. Or he can try to break connection. So you start to have range back and forth. And go. Yeah, of course, if something like this happens, you are out of the situation now, right? So you are going to reset, switch top to bottom, start again. Are the rules clear? Are they simple enough?
Yeah.
3 minutes, go.
Just.
Questions? Questions? No questions?
This down, you did something similar.
Heidelberg.
You do something with your head position, don't you? The butterfly, stop and sort of driving into you. Do you sort of make sure your head's over the hips, stop you rolling forward?
Yes, if your head occupies the center, it's of course going to be harder for him to come chest to chest. That's head positioning, right? You want to occupy. Okay, so now let me give you context on this. Okay, so for example, if we were in my gym right now, we'll just say, yes, you need to occupy the center of the action. Sometimes you will do it with the hip, sometimes you will do it with the head. Okay, and when I talk about occupying the center of the action, there's nothing philosophical about it. It's a very physical thing. Okay, so for example, in this situation, we're playing butterfly, right? And you want to come chest to chest, but if I'm occupying the center here, yeah, come chest to chest, right? It's going to be a bit pretty hard, and that becomes a sub game because you will want to move my head out of the way, and I will want to keep my head there probably. Okay, so let's go like this. When the guys try desperately to come chest to chest, yeah, I want you to try, keep pushing. I want you to try to never accept that both your shoulders are falling on the floor together, okay? Do not accept to have two shoulders on the mat at the same time. So if we are scrambling with the same distance management idea from before, but James starts to win and starts to push him down, I will always try to fall only on one shoulder, always. Okay, this is your duty. Do not accept to fall back on two shoulders. Always fall on one shoulder and see if anything happen from there to start to become the person on top. Okay? Yes? Mm-hmm. At the same time, the other thing that happened, and you saw it already, right? When James starts to stand up, very often you end up yourself. You see that you end up in kind of tripod situation where you can probably make him fall, right? So if you manage to put his ass on the floor, I want you to stand up, yeah, and immediately try to be immediately outside of his legs. So I'm making the situation much bigger now. James wins If he comes chest to chest, yeah, boom, victory for James, my cat died. Or if he breaks everything, right? Can I sweep you now? Can I submit you now? Don't underestimate the power of just getting out of the guard. Yeah? Because especially at beginner's level, a lot of time I see people having a very monodimensional, monodirection idea of what they have to do. There. No, there's so much space behind there. And sometimes you can just, if you feel that a guard is dangerous, get away, reset everything, start. Okay, so with these two things, you win. What am I doing? Point one, I will try to keep my connection all the time. Grab where you can, doesn't matter, but stay connected. That's first level, okay? If you try to come chest to chest and I start to fall back, I will try to always have only one shoulder on the mat. And see if falling with only one shoulder on the mat, you manage to become the person on top. If instead my partner is trying to go away, you saw that this happens. It happened to everyone several times. And from here, very often, you manage to put his ass on the mat. If you put his ass on the mat and he breaks connection, that's still a win for him. Okay, so if he put his ass on the mat, you need to stand up and possibly be outside of his legs. Okay? These are the direction of your actions. Are they clear? Yes? No? Good. I'm going to give you three minutes again. Now we play like this. Every time that the situation is over, search around for a new partner. And if you were playing from the top, try to play from the bottom. Okay? Go. Are you regretting dinner?
Yep.
Any question?
Do you have like a priority of where I want this ball 4 points of contact to be? So where are the best contact points?
So sometimes it's your choice, sometimes it's not your choice. You just have to take what he gives you. Okay, and now that's actually an important point. Okay, because if I start to explain you, do you want to learn a sweep from the butterfly, and I start to tell you, well, put your hand here and put your hand there, watch left and now lift your elbow. Okay, each and every single of these steps can be turned into a mess by your partner. So the information that I'm giving you is not one-on-one to the real environment of when you're trying to do that. So where do you put your hands? Sometimes it's your choice, sometimes it's not your choice, right? But I can give you a hint. So for example, if my partner is desperately trying, okay, like his life depends on it to come chest to chest, right? I will try to have the underhook on the opposite side of the shoulder where I'm falling, okay? This end, it depends. Maybe stopping his knee, maybe is getting rid of this post in one direction or the other, right? But it's generally a good idea, not a must, it's generally a good idea if you start to fall on your right shoulder to fight really hard to have an underhook on the other shoulder, right? So this is something that you can start to search for in the next exercise, in the next situation. Try. And again, it's just a suggestion. If some of you doesn't manage to do it, that's fine. As long as he cannot collapse me here and he cannot get out, that's fine. But if on top you want to aggressively search for an underhook with the shoulder, I don't allow him to touch my chest. Because if I search for the underhook, but he has connection to my chest, the next thing that happens is this, right? You have to imagine almost a game over button here. Okay, So what you can try to do is to aggressively search for an underhook, connection on the shoulder. Can you go away, James? Yeah. Right? And then play from there, see what happens. Aggressively search for an underhook, connection on the shoulder. Can you try to put my shoulders on the mat? Right? Yes, no?
No.
Who said no?
Who do you think?
Same starting position. The roadmap does not change too much, okay? From the bottom, eventually, for now, you want to become the person on top, okay? In order to become the person on top, you cannot allow top player neither to break every connection or to come chest to chest, because in both cases, you are left with no sweep whatsoever, okay? So top player will still win if he comes chest to chest or if he breaks every connection. Bottom player will try to maintain connection, okay, to deny access to the chest, and aggressively fight for an underhook. If you have the underhook and the shoulder very close, try to fall on the opposite shoulder and see if you can become the person on top like that. Okay? If you hit any form of tripod sweep when the guy stands up, it's not enough to sit him. You also need to get up and possibly be outside of his legs. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes.
Go. So, again, in 1 hour, you cannot, for obvious reason, tackle each and every, everything that can happen in the half guard. So, what I'm doing today is just giving you examples of how we work with this method. And of course, we will go in different direction, right? Also, if we were in the gym, there would be there would be ideas around positioning and sweeping and keeping the center and all this stuff that I could just drop in with a couple of words and everybody on the mat would know what I'm talking about, because concepts and ideas have been talked through for weeks. See what I mean, guys? Right? So, for example, and now I'm hinting at this way more directly than I would do in the gym, for the simple fact that we don't train together every day for months, right? So, somebody there.
Or just
Butterfly, no, well, yeah, no, sorry, only this, right? Not just for butterfly, but for every sweep and reversal. Okay, so if we talk not simply about sweeps, but about things that happen around the idea of becoming the person on top when you are on the bottom, okay, we use this concept called segmentation. Segmentation means that it's not easy for me to take Antonio, Amber, and flip her on her back. Because the moment I start to challenge her balance, she will probably have a post or something, okay? And now from here, it's very hard to put her back on the mat. So we go through segmentation. If she starts to post, the next good thing that I could put on the mat is probably the elbow, then maybe the shoulders make it, then the back, and now a fragment at the time, I become the person on top, okay? Now this works always at 45 degrees in every direction, because if we are playing butterfly with the games that we did so far, and we start to force the underhook to have the shoulder there, and I can start to use segmentation to become the person on top, I could do it over the shoulder. See, elbow, I keep driving. I really think like that, and elbow, shoulder, but I could also do it over the hip. And none of you did it so far, but you could go there. And elbow, hip, shoulder, you start to become the person on top. Every time you are on the bottom and you want to become the person on top, you can go most of the time, every time, either over the shoulder or over the hip. You can put her hip on the floor and start to go on top, or you can roll her over the shoulder and start to go on top. Okay, so now that when we play the game again, if in the situation you decide to force the underhook to try to start to become the person on top, you can also see, you can also choose to go in that direction, not just that one. Make sense? So this is a hint for the person on the bottom. You follow me, guys? I will give now a hint for the person on top, so that the job of the person on the bottom is a lot harder. Every time we play guard, we try to play with convergence and not with divergence. I'm going to show it from the open guard because it's more evident. Yes, if we are playing open guard like this, and one foot is pointing there and one foot is pointing there, my hip is sinking. Keep your connection, and you feel how good is your connection. You can stay there and keep your hook and everything. Then I want to pass, and these hooks are always there. Coach, how do I kill that hook? Instead of playing like this, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
If there is a hook, your knee has to point in the direction of the hook. If I would be inside, I would be here and here, because does it make sense? The problem is there, but right now the problem is there. Okay, you do the same. You do this in every guard, so you do it also in butterfly. Don't stay in the butterfly like this, and then you try to pass. And you keep moving. Point your knees against all the hooks that are coming and see what happens there. Okay? Yes, no? So the roadmap is not that different. If I'm inside your butterfly guard, I want to break everything, or I want to come chest to chest. Right? How do I make your job harder? I will try to kill all your hooks, converging my legs, or if I'm inside, expanding. You follow me, guys? Her job will still be keep all the connection.
Not falling flat on my back as well.
Don't fall flat on my back. You can try to force an underhook, and from the underhook, through segmentation, try to become the person on top, either over my shoulder or over my hip. Good? Go. All good? Yeah? Again, right now, I had no idea at the start of the class which direction we would have gone. Right? Because I have to look what happens on the mat and go that direction. And also, again, consider this kind of work done over weeks, where every day you can throw a new hint and create a new situation and develop techniques like that. Okay, so I'm going to make the job of the butterfly guard player even harder than before, giving a hint to the person on the top. Okay, and the hint is pretty simple. Well, yeah, it's pretty simple. If you are on top and the guy starts to sweep you or to sit you on your ass in order to stand up and become the person on top, you follow me, guys? Yeah. So if she starts to force the underhook, fall only on one shoulder, go through segmentation, put me on my back, or tripod, put my ass on the mat, stand up, start to become the person on top. If she starts any of these actions, I will fight for my life for not having my hip on the mat. Do not accept that your hip touches the mat. No, it cannot happen. Okay? Just don't accept that your hip touches the mat. So what I want to see, and normally I would not tell you what I want to see, but we speed it up a bit. What I want to see is that if we start to have a situation like this, right? So as I'm here, I don't accept that my hip touches the mat. So I fight for keep being the person on top. Same If I start to stand up and you stay connected, and now you start to make me fall, and we are there, I will not accept that my hip touches the mat, right? And maybe I can bring the action back to you again, okay? Yes, no? So if you're starting from the bottom, following the roadmap that we had until now, you have to become the person on top. That's your end goal, yeah? And if you are on top, try to go chest to chest, make them flat, or break every connection so that there's no sweep, there's no... And yes, no? Okay? If you're on the top, keep your knees converging there. Don't accept your hip on the mat. Make their life harder. Okay, guys?
Yeah, right, you forget the conditions, yeah.
In order to give you more exposure and more ideas and everything, okay, so again, I'm spinning up a lot of things, obviously, okay. So the next 2 rounds we're gonna start them with more specific position. So for the next round, stand up please. The starting position is this one, okay. My feet are inside, so in a way it's still a butterfly guard, okay. I have one hook. I go shin with shin, and I hug his knee. Okay? Do what you want with this hand. Okay? This is the starting position. Everything else stays the same. I can use this position to bring his hands or his ass on the mat. And then what do if your hands or your ass are on the mat? I will try to follow segmentation to become the person on top. Right? And I will try to deny you connection to my chest, because again, if you make connection to my chest, you can start to put both my shoulders on the mat, right? Okay, guys? Yeah? So it's pretty much the same game, but I'm just forcing you to start from this position now. Last change in starting position, okay, still a bit wild, but like I said before, I'm trying to give you exposure to the general idea, okay. So we go back to the butterfly guard. Yeah, please. And this time where the butterfly player already has this hook, this connection to his arm, okay? And under, with the bones here, grab, connect your wrist there, keep his arm there, okay? This is the starting position now.
Okay.
What can I do from here now, right? Because we could use game to go and explore this position. So for example, I will try to remove his legs and to drive his shoulder on the mat. That's an idea, right? And if you start to remove his legs and to drive the shoulder on the mat, things will start to happen, submissions, back takes, and so on. Okay, so the starting position again now is this one. Am I allowing him to break all my grip and go chest and make a connection to my chest? Go. Am I allowing him to do something like this? Never ever. My girlfriend will leave me if I let him touch my chest. If I had one, but you got my meaning, right? Okay, so we start here and the rest is the same. Okay, I win if I become the person on top. He wins if he either disconnect everything or you get chest to chest, you put two shoulders on the mat. I don't care if you pass or not. If you are chest to chest when you put two shoulders on the mat, you win. Okay, guys? Yes? Go, let's play. So, all good? Any question?
What shoulder? What is the best way to like get out of that?
So again,
That shoulder punch? How
yes.
do you want to get out of that? Like, is it just kind of like, you know, the neck or what's?
So the general rule that I give for every possible situation imaginable in Jiu-Jitsu is you need two options, and the two options are always the two extremes, okay? So one option would be to completely move the arm, the other option would be to completely crash your arm through,
Okay.
right? Because there is a distance where this works, but if you come here, if you try to get it out, can you not get it out, then push your shoulder through and try to go there. There's no shoulder crunch anymore,
Okay.
right? It's always the two. You will break every position, either going away or collapsing it completely,
Okay. Great.
right? What do you do when you are in an armbar? You're either stuck in the guy or you are pulling your arm out, right? And you play with these two things. One of the two will enter, right? If you stay there in the middle instead, all the troubles are there. Questions? Not all together. Thank you, guys. Picture? Yes.